worship. This is an astounding passage taken from the book of Revelation. Remember, Antichrist is the beast here in chapter 13. Don't turn to it, but listen carefully. And the beast was given a mouth uttering haughty and blasphemous words, and he was allowed to exercise authority for 42 months. It opened its mouth to utter blasphemies against God, blaspheming his name and his dwelling, that is, those who dwell in the heaven. Also, it was allowed to make war on the saints and to conquer them. He can kill them. God says, I'm giving you permission to do that. And authority was given it over every tribe and people and language and nation, and all who dwell on the earth will worship it. Oh, wow. Except those whose name has not been written before the foundation of the world in the book of life of the Lamb that was slain. It's awesome. For a brief time, Satan's man rules. He makes a covenant of peace with Israel as a candidate of peace. He goes into the temple of God, and that's why some of us believe that the temple in Jerusalem still has to be rebuilt. You'll notice it there in the text. It says, he goes into the temple of God, and verse 4 it is, so that he takes his seat in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God. And it's that time that all the world wonders at the beast. And then notice that the text says, that's number 3, he will receive global worship. Number 4, his role is confirmed by miracles. His role is confirmed by miracles. Verse 9, the coming and the appearance of the lawless one is by the activity of Satan with all power and false signs and wonders and with all wicked deception for those who are perishing. Twice in the New Testament, these words, namely power, false signs, and wonders, are referred to the miracles of Jesus. Do you see the duplication? This is Satan's hour. He's going to be doing what Jesus can do. False signs, wonders, powers, and he's got it all. And miracles. If you're taking the course in miracles, you'll learn something like this. Quote, miracles enable you to heal the sick and to raise the dead because you made sickness and death yourself and can therefore abolish both. You are a miracle capable of creating in the likeness of your Creator. And so miracles will be found everywhere. Parenthesis, does Satan heal anyone today? Yes, he sure does. There was a healing meeting going on, and God sometimes heals, no question about it, but you have a lot of charlatans in the healing industry, I'll tell you. That's huge. And he went in one of these meetings and was healed from his physical affliction. But he noticed that there was something that came along with the healing. There was a demonic affliction. He could sense a darkness, an evil spirit. And so he rebuked the evil spirit. He was a believer after all. He rebuked the evil spirit, and his sickness came back to him. The devil will do everything he can to duplicate God's miracles. I also failed to mention that he will be a pawn of Satan, something like Hitler, but that's already implied. So the next thing, and the last characteristic of this beast, is that God enables people to be deceived. This also should shock us, but there it is in the text, verse 11. Therefore, God sends them a strong delusion so that they may believe what is false. The Greek text says, believe the lie. I wish that the translators had simply translated what the Greek text says, the lie. Because I believe that it's a specific lie. And the specific lie is the divinity of man. The fact that somebody can set himself up in the temple and proclaim himself to be God, and the whole world worships him. And the divinity of man has always been Satan's greatest lie. Yes, my friend, we're living in an era of self-worship. This is Pastor Lutzer. And I do believe that we are being set up, so to speak, so that we all will be tempted to believe the lie, at least those who have never received Christ as Savior. It is truly chilling when we read the passage that I referred to, that God will send them strong delusion to believe the lie. Imagine that. At last, man will be free to believe what he has always wanted to believe, namely, in his own divinity. And that, of course, will set things up for the Antichrist, who will proclaim himself to be God and expect human beings to worship him. Thanks so much for joining us today, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Pastor Lutzer. Erwin Lutzer is continuing his series on Oprah, miracles, and the new earth, a critique of a perverted gospel with roots in the Garden of Eden. Tomorrow, a look forward to a time when the lie is trampled underfoot by the return of Jesus to this earth. Running to Win comes to you from the Moody Church in Chicago. This series can be yours as a book from Moody Publishers. Oprah, Miracles, and the New Earth will be sent as our thank you when you give a gift of any amount to support Running to Win. Just call us at 1-800-215-5001. That's 1-800-215-5001. Online, go to offerrtw.com. That's offerrtw, all one word, .com. Or write to Running to Win at Box 11174, Chicago, Illinois 60611. This is Dave McAllister. Join us for tomorrow's edition of Running to Win.